Hello everyone, it's the Prophet Michael David, aka Aries, and today's an explanation video about what I'm going to do next about the math stuff. I'm not particularly feeling real well. That's kind of why I kind of sound a little bit down. Um, but I kind of got to do this video today because I'm going to do this stuff tomorrow. Um, so I'm trying to teach someone my college conjecture and everything, and therefore, and then teach you guys. And I've been trying to simplify it as much as I can. And because I am always, this is one of my favorite quotes. That is one of David Hilbert's most famous quotes and one of my favorites as well. And kind of one of the reasons why I continue to call academics trash, especially the mathematicians these days, because they really haven't proved anything in hundreds of years now. I mean, do you understand any of their proofs? No, me neither. Then what did they prove and who did they prove it to? This is how a true OG proves something in 3 screenshots. Okay, explanation. The first screenshot, which is also the thumbnail of this video, is my updated algorithm for the Collins conjecture solution. And it looks a lot like my old one, except I found that there's 2 branches that didn't need to be there. I thought they were there for the randomness, but it's unnecessary. And so the game is even more constrained than I thought initially. The second slide is a screenshot of a spreadsheet that I made to show that you can construct chains in the college game that 3x plus 1 and then only divide by 2 once. And while those chains can approach infinity, eventually they get undefined before that, but or they can't be represented numerically or anything. Um, but it's always the same pattern. No matter how long the chain is, there's always a chain that's going to be longer, and there's an algebraic relationship between both the beginnings and the end of the chain. And if all the chains are finite, then by definition, it can't go to infinity. And then the last one is a tool that I came up to help my friend who's helping me like try to find an aberrant game that doesn't fit the algorithm. And so, but I didn't want her typing on like a calculator and everything. I wanted to make it easier for her. So I tried it before and failed, but I just one morning I got up and I was drinking my coffee and cranberry juice and like I just found a real good way to structure it so that it would play the college game and it would both kick out the numbers, but then it would also do the mod 6 analysis so that it would look like or they would play the game on the algorithm. And then, I made it so put more bells and whistles on so you could tell both the hailstone numbers, the way the game is mostly portrayed, like in the Veritasium video, but also a graph that shows the same game showed in the mod 6 analysis, the way that I do it. And then with those 3 pieces of information, especially with the algorithm and the spreadsheet that plays the game, you could just put like a dice or like my rock or whatever. If you print out the algorithm, and then you can just type whatever number you hit into the game, it'll play the college game as many steps as it needs to end. And then you could just move the little dice around from mod line to mod line. Basically, what I showed was that mathematicians have always thought of the college game as like a single long ukulele string, right? And the college game is like this real complicated song and everything, but they're always infatuated on the notes, and that's really what the numbers are, just notes. But what I showed is that it's not really an interaction between the notes. You can't, it is, but it's really complicated when you analyze it that way. Instead, you want to analyze it like it's playing on a 6 string guitar, the mod 6 lines. In that way, it's a lot simpler. It's not a interaction between the notes themselves, it's an interaction between the strings that create the notes. And lastly, those screenshots. What are those 3 screenshots? What are those screenshots of? Okay, well, the first one is just the screenshot of the bottom of the the spreadsheet that plays the game. And if you look at the number I chose in the top of it, it's 27 because 27 is a notorious number that the game lasts 111 steps and the number's like really small. And so it's pretty notorious. It comes up all the time, including the Veritasium video. The second one, oh, is I graphed it. So that's again, like something you would see in the Veritasium video. That's the hailstone numbers that 27 makes. Goes all the way up to almost 9,000, falls all the way down 111 steps, just like in Derek's video. But the third one, that is when you analyze the change of not the numbers themselves, but the mod lines. Which mod line does it go from and to? And as you can see, the mod line analysis is a lot simpler because you're only dealing with 6 lines. And only 4 of them are used most of the time. 6 doesn't come up very much, and there's only going to be a 1-3 in any given game. And that kind of segues into my riddles. So I'll give you guys a quick synopsis what I'm going to do with this and how I'm going to try to get more traffic to come here and get enough people playing this to be convinced that this thing is solved. Okay, plan of action. Tomorrow, I'm going to go out for my coffee in the morning, and that woman who has been helping me is going to be working. And I'm going to have to cowboy up and tell her that I'm a prophet and then see if she still wants to help me with the game. The spreadsheet is more developed now, but I don't know. I kind of feel obligated. I got to tell her at this point. I've hinted at it before, but yeah, I guess the day is the day. Then I'm going to come home and I'm going to make a post in the comments on the Veritasium video because that video is very popular and a lot of people like it, even if they're not mathematicians, which is fine with me. And then I'm going to tell them probably not the whole story about because I'm going to try to keep it shorter, the first post. And why I've never thought about this before, I never thought I would have a YouTube channel in the first place. I never have posted on videos. I've always been the guy taking in the information, the voyeur, not the exhibitionist, But I'm running out of options and everything. So I'm just going to post it and not tell the whole thing about math overflow, but just say that happened. These were the 3 riddles that I gave them, and I'll just succinctly type in the 3 riddles. If you want to know how to solve them, which I haven't told you guys yet, again, you have all the information to do so if you wanted to, but I will make a video that expressly shows how each one is correct. And then I'll be like, because it'll have my name, Apollonius of Westchester, so they'll have to come here to get the explanation. And then as long as they keep it civil and everything, I'll make, if there's demand, like I'll make a video that shows you guys how to make the spreadsheet of the college game yourself. I got no problem with that. And I really want to get to the point where, I was born in 1978, so I'm not dirt old, but I'm 46 now. I'm just not that techie in the first place. But I need to find some forum, like online cloud file sharing thing, where I can share all my work with you guys in some sort of like way that I can teach you face to face, like a Zoom thing. Although not unlimited people, there's always going to be a set amount of people. Although I don't care how many people are watching at the time, but make the interaction easier. But to do that, I'm going to need at least some help from some people. And I think you might be asking yourself, well, why don't you just learn how to do all this stuff yourself? It's like, would you rather have me do that or working on the Riemann hypothesis or Goldbach, Or I have all these math things that like come into my head when I wake up in the morning where I have to make some decisions, but it's all like, revolutionary math stuff or how to fix the world, problem solving 101. It's not really how to set up a file sharing service for only 17 subscribers, Not that I don't love you guys, I do. So anyway, that is my plan of action. Hopefully she doesn't freak out. The world is a horrible place. Hearing somebody telling you they're a prophet, that she knows I'm an honest man. I don't lie to her. So she'll probably be confused at first, but hopefully it ain't a deal breaker and she's still willing to help me out. And then, like I said, as long as there's somebody, you guys want the information and you guys want the code for to make your own college game. If you have the spreadsheet with the game spreadsheet and you have the algorithm and then you have the chain um, screenshot, which is really only to explain why I can't go to infinity. With those three pieces of information, like no human being should be able to say that it's not an actual solution. I mean, I got the loops covered and I got infinity covered. I can't dumb it down more than this. I can't dumb it down more than this. All right. I think that's enough for the day. I'm tired. I'm going to make something to eat and maybe do some work on Goldbach tonight. So, anyway, as always, rule number one, do not touch other people without their consent, aka do not hurt each other. And rule number two, it's all about honesty. Lies are a tick down, aka try not to lie. All right, I'll talk to you all later.